Hi guys, so this is Emily back for vlog 2, and today's topic I just want to talk about, I guess, like fake people, I guess you could say. And if you know me, then you know how I feel about this topic. But I mean, not really just like fake people, but I guess just not being who you are. And I think a lot of people are in search of who they are, including myself included, but like it just really bothers me when it's like very evident, I think, that I can see that your actions is not what you would actually do because it's not natural. Like it doesn't flow out of you like, oh, I always do this. It looks like you're putting on a show, and you can obviously tell when somebody has a mask on, I think, but maybe I'm just assuming. Anyway, so I think for me, I like the number one thing that I hate the most is like fake people. And like, I mean, I could be fake. I can't identify it because, you know, I'm in my own body. But I like to identify who I am from a third perspective a lot. So if I do catch myself in the middle of it, like, I will automatically like stop myself from trying to be who I'm not, because that's not the way that I want to live. And I really like would love for people to just like call me out on it too. And some friends have, you know, like why are you acting like that? And I'll be like, huh, like I didn't notice that. But it's true, like they know who I am, and I trust that they know who I am. And instead of like being offended or getting mad that somebody called me out, I'm trying to learn to accept that maybe I am not who I want to be, and so they can see me and how I live my life. And so I think that it's good to definitely take an input instead of put up a guard and take it as an insult. That's just basically what's been happening the past few days. I feel like I've just been like so surrounded by like this fake community, fake people, fake friends, and I'm like, what's even real anymore, you know? Like, I feel like I'm not sure if I'm like the only real one. Like, am I even real with myself too? And it's just like circulating in the air, and it's unhealthy, you know, because then I feel like then I start being like judgmental or something, you know, like, oh, I can tell you're being fake, but like, what if that person isn't, you know? But anyways, yeah, it's just, for me, I just started to learn that, you know, like, some people gotta do them, and I gotta do me. And also, like, especially for people that is here every day, if you know what I'm talking about, like, people that you can't get away from, because you obviously have to either see them every day because you have class with them, or you live with them. Like, it's just, sometimes you have to learn how to deal with that. And I think the hardest thing for me right now is to try to learn to forgive and forget. And I always said, oh yeah, you know, I can forgive, but I'll never forget. And, you know, honestly, this is the truth. And if you don't agree with this, like, I feel like you're in denial. But if you never forgot, technically you never forgave, because you still, when you think about them, that's what you think about. You tie that back to that person, how they did you wrong, or what they did wrong, you know, wrong. But that's just what I think. But anyways, I think the past few days I've just been so like real in my sense. Like, I've just voiced my opinions, I just say it out, and I've just become so numb because of like personal things that are in my life, which will be revealed in the next few vlogs, because I'm thinking about making a like story as to how I am where I am today. It's gonna be interesting. But I've just been kind of bitter. You know I can admit that I've been bitter about a lot of things in my personal life, with family, with friends, and even more personal, you know, like an old flame or something. But it's made me bitter, and so I hated that I let those people step on me and take over me and you know, when I was trying to be me, I was trying to do a nice thing, but I ended up being used, you know, and I just felt like that just wasn't fair on my part. I would never do that to you, so why would you do that to me? And I always thought that. And so I guess like today, even today, like I'm living with I'm gonna say what I want to say, and I'm not gonna be rude about it, but I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna be blunt, and I just voice my opinion, like no matter who it is, like if it's a guy, if it's a girl, if it's a teacher, if it's a staff, if it's whoever's working, like that's just who I am today. And I think that I took I'm not gonna take anybody's bullshit like too far. And I can admit that right now that I have been doing that, because then I don't come off as like a stern, like authoritative, maybe somebody who's concerned, but instead I just come off as somebody who's like bitchy, and somebody who's just pissed, or who doesn't know how to, like somebody who just, you know, wants to glare at you all the time. I don't know, because honestly, I didn't even know that I had a bitch face until somebody told me the other day, like, you have a bitch face. And I was like, dude, I'm just tired. But I guess my tired face is my bitch face, too. Anyways, but that's just, like, everything that's been happening with me lately. And I think that it's good to identify if you're in a situation, but don't stick there and don't stay there. Because when you stay there, there's no solution. And at least thank God you identified that maybe that you messed up a little bit, but then what next? You know, you gotta move on, and that's what I'm struggling with, is just moving on, because now I'm just a really mean person, and I can admit that, and I keep telling my friends that too, like my close friends, and I was like, I'm actually a really mean person, and it's good that I can identify that now, but I'm still trying to figure out how I could, you know, move past that and not think that everyone's going to use me for whatever, and just stay positive too, because, man, at the end of the day, when you go to sleep, you reflect, and what shit did you do, you know? Anyways, that's my rant. I have a lot of things running through my head, but this is just one of the topics that have been hitting me. I've just been so numb that when I say shit, I just don't care about anybody's feelings anymore, because when you say shit, I don't have feelings. It doesn't hurt me, and for some reason I'm assuming that everyone just kind of feels like that, and I have to not assume that, because we all live based on emotions, and I've just been so bitter. So if it seems like I've been mean to anybody, you know, like, I apologize. Yeah. It's hard. It's something I'm working on. But keep being you. Just smile and keep it chill, dude.